Hemp, a plant, gifted with characteristics which made it suitable for humans to exploit, over time, in their ascent to the present day. Many pages of history were written with the help of hemp, but how exactly did it all begin? The oldest relic, which traces hemp 12,000 years ago, is imprinted pottery with twisted hemp cords. Archeologists say that hemp was one of the first known plants to be purposely cultivated in Central Asia, and the first agricultural war crop in China. The oldest relic of human industry is a piece of hemp fabric dating back to 8000 BC from Central Asia. Hemp was cited in the world's first medical book, written by the Emperor Shennong, the divine farmer, as a superior herb. Indian medical notes called Sushruta stated that hemp was used during religious and cultural ceremonies and could have cured leprosy. 800 BC. It is believed that Scythians brought hemp to Europe from Central Asia and that they had also invented the scythe. The legend says that Gautama Buddha didn't eat anything but hemp seeds for 6 years. 400 BC. Herodotus described the garments made of fine hemp and sold in Greek ports. 300 BC. Roman aqueducts were built using mortar made from hemp. The Chinese used hemp for textile, food, and medicine. They designed great quality hemp and mulberry paper, which was traded around the world along the Silk Road. They had such great respect for the plant that their strict mourning ritual imposed wearing only hemp garments. 70 AD. Hemp was grown for the first time in England. 100 AD. In Rome, Dioscorides Pedanius called the cannabis plant sativa and described hemp's fibers as very strong in his books called Materia Medica. Gaius Pliny II, who wrote the book Naturalis Historia, described the process of tending hemp crops. 565 AD. Merovingian dynasty, which at the time reigned in territories belonging to modern-day France and Germany, buried their sovereign in highly refined hemp cloth. 600 AD. In southern France, they built a bridge made of hemp husk mixed with lime. The bridge naturally petrified over time, and it is still strong and solid to this day. Convinced of the incredible potential of this plant, Charlemagne promoted new legislation on hemp cultivation. The first European paper mill was built in Xàtiva, Spain. For the next 850 years, it made paper mostly from hemp. 1100. The knights of the Middle Ages drank beer made of hemp. 1215. The Magna Carta, protecting rights of the individual and a first step of constitutional law, was written on hemp paper. In Renaissance, artists started painting their masterpieces on hemp canvases, using hemp varnishes. This custom was perpetuated throughout the history of arts, from Baroque to Post-Impressionism. 1492. The ropes used by Christopher Columbus when crossing the Atlantic Ocean were all made of the most solid and long fibers, which only hemp could have produced at that time. Columbus was also the first one to take hemp seeds to America. Henry VIII, the most powerful British monarch, fascinated by this amazingly complex plant, obliged all landowners to cultivate hemp. 1564. King Philip of Spain ordered hemp cultivation throughout his empire, following the example set by Queen Elizabeth I of England. 1600. Galileo Galilei recorded his scientific observational notes on hemp paper. 1791. President Washington encouraged the domestic hemp industry. Sow it everywhere. Hemp is of first necessity to the wealth and protection of the country. 1892. The first diesel engine invented by Rudolf Diesel was originally designed to run on hemp seed oil. 1941. Henry Ford designed the first automobile, grown from the soil, made 70% out of hemp. 1941. The Hemp for Victory farming campaign was initiated in the U.S. because of the lack of hemp supply in Japan during the Second World War. As a result, hemp cultivation was increased substantially throughout this period. 2001. The hemp car crossed North America using biodiesel fuel made from hemp. Nowadays, the number of hemp crops has been rising all over the world, and for good reason. The hemp universe continues to expand. Hemp is brought back to life in new, unimaginable ways. We can enjoy it in so many ways. You could wear it, write on it, pay with it, or read from it, paint with it, reinvigorate your skin with it. Sit on it, sew with it, play it or with it, ride it on the highway or up in the air, build with it or just live in it. It's up to you, really. You can eat hemp seeds raw, you can bake them, blend them, brew them, press them, freeze them. Whenever we look around, a tiny bit of hemp might be closer than we think. Hemp grew, humans grew fond of it, and it's continued to make our lives greener ever since.